hopefully the audio is crisp and clear. There's no issues with my audio at all. Oh, gotta hit this. X, I see. About to begin. And yeah, okay. So, oh, by the way, I got to go to. I go live on Instagram as well. But I wonder if it shows up properly on Instagram. Okay, hello. There we go. Cool. It is working live. Put that aside. And so the Instagram live, for the people watching on Instagram, it looks like the feed doesn't necessarily justice, but that's okay. Who cares? Like chat is not showing up as well. Odd. Just getting the live stream started for the last 10,000 minutes. Almost there. But let me just start this again. Okay. Oh. Is it possible? Well, I know what's happening. I just realized what's happening. Okay. Video monitor off for a second. There it is. And okay, there we go. I just connected a monitor and looks like the feed was going over to that monitor. Okay, there we go. All sorted. Set up. Boom. Okay, cool. Guess we are on the... Today's episode is going to be super fun. At least for me. I'm going to have a lot of fun at your expense. I'm going to be doing a deep dive into a corporate brand. That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, so on today's episode, what we're going to do is we're going to continue DesignOver, a name that was very developed by Mr. Sanj from the first live stream. And the point of the show is to design in the open, to do all that stuff that would happen behind a corporate office, on the internet, and it's all kind of easy to. There's like a lot of examples of really great rebrands and branding exercises people are doing live of like really small products, nothing large scale or complex. People are doing a lot of like, oh, I just rebranded this coffee shop, or I just rebranded some, you know, garment or clothing company. And there isn't really anybody out there taking people behind the scenes, doing it live in complex situations. So I guess that would be one area to explore and have fun with. The other one that I think is kind of interesting and that could be explored as well is, you know, as a designer, I really have this allergic reaction to the idea of pick a niche. You know, a designer's only supposed to do UI. A designer's only supposed to be doing system design or service design. It's like, shut the fuck up. I think that I believe the philosophy of Massimo Vignelli, where he talks about that, you know, if you are a designer, if you can design one thing, you can design everything. That's kind of the philosophy that I believe in. And it's actually the problem-solving approach to design. So, yeah, so let's dive right into it. So what are we going to do today? Let's take a look. We're picking up from where we left off. And I'll do a quick overview first. Let's do that. Hold on, I'm going to just add a quick comment here. So, to watch, comment, join the conversation, head to allsing.live. There you go. Yeah, and I'm going to add this here as well. Chat and go to all. Okay. So hopefully that helps all the people, or doesn't help anybody. I am on a bit of a timer here because my steak is cooking, so I have exactly 45 minutes to do this. It's gonna go off, so I'm gonna have to abruptly end the stream when my steak is ready. This should be fun. Okay, so I am on a bit of a timeline here. And yeah, sorry, so where was I? Yeah, so we're basically doing a corporate rebrand, which includes a whole bunch of things from, there's gonna be graphic design elements, digital design elements, there's gonna be marketing elements, brand, business, the whole shebang, right? And what we've covered so far, hopefully, by the way, I don't know if anybody can tell me if the music is louder than my voice or not, but if my voice is coming through clear, that's fantastic. And yeah, so the first step that we went through, as we can see, is we went through the discovery process with a company called Data. And let me just kind of walk you guys through it. So the first steps we did was discovery. We kind of covered this area on the first stream. And we looked at, you know, their annual report. We looked at, you know, videos of the CEO, what their vision is, what he cares about. And then we also looked at strategically, where's this business trying to go? What are they trying to achieve? What is that roadmap? What does a successful outcome for them look like? And then today's episode, we're going to cover competitive landscape. We're going to look at what are potential companies out there that do a similar thing. If we get time, hopefully my steak is ready in like 45 minutes. If it's not, it all depends on how long the steak is gonna take. And we'll see if we can dive into a little bit of benchmarking, and then we'll also look at cross category. But for now, let's just focus on the competitive landscape. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump back into this other screen that I have open here. And the brand and business in question, if you want to know a little bit more about what's happened so far, you can watch episode 2 on paulsing.live. You can see those. And I wish, by the way, that Instagram shrunk down the feed to fit the vertical, but I guess it doesn't. No problem. Okay, so, or actually, you know what I could do? I wonder if I just see if this works. If I take this to the middle, I wonder, because there's like I think like a 5-10 second delay. Oh, there it is. So I would have to just shrink this down. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can just go surround. And I just shrink down this whole thing. Okay, there we go. And so I'm just going to sit there comfortably in the middle. And this way I can show up on Instagram as well. On the Instagram live. Okay, there we go. But if you really want to watch this, you should go over to paulsing.live. Okay, so there we go. That tackled that stupid problem. So on day 1 of the stream, we tackled and looked at all these different elements that I just talked about. And so we've done all that. Now what we want to do is, and if you're curious about all that, go watch that episode, Like, do it while you're doing your laundry or cooking or washing your dishes, whatever makes it works for you. Okay, and then these are some just quick things that I've got here. Is, of course, I just did like a basic screenshot of the current site, what state it's in, and then the things that were kind of really relevant to me, based on sort of what we're going to try and do is just look at, okay, what is the solution stack that's there in the background, and also we're looking at the acquisition that they recently did, and what that implies for data. And then also in terms of, TAM, SOM, all that stuff, they were currently playing in the sort of the printing, let's say, stadium. But now they want to go play a game in a different area, which is marketing and advertising services, which explains this whole service solution portfolio that they're building out and all the acquisitions that they're doing. So again, just giving a quick recap of what's already gone down, what's happened, what you've missed, and what we've been up to, or sorry, what I've been up to. Okay, so okay, hold on one second. I'm also going to make sure is that it's so hard to check if the live is working everywhere simultaneously, as well as yep, that is working. And gotta check one more place. Okay, it is working. Back to the stream. Time is of the essence. I've got 40 minutes for my steak to be ready, so I gotta wrap it up in those 45 minutes. Okay, so knowing where sort of the game that they're trying to play, what they're trying to do, what I want to do is, and I want to start looking at some competition. What does the competition look like? Now, there's going to be direct competition, and then within that competitive landscape, what are the other companies that are showing up in this capacity? Now, they're focused more specifically on digital asset management, as we can see over here on my Figma board. They're trying to focus on some of these areas. But what I want to do is I want to look at a few consulting firms also, just to kind of get a lay of the land. And then we'll look at some very direct competition as well, which allows you to kind of do, what do you call it? You know, digital asset management, marketing campaign, omni-channel workflow. Like there might be some overlaps here with something like a HubSpot. Not directly, but again, it's sort of, you're getting into that space where you're doing a lot of asset management, digital asset management, and all that stuff. But first, what I want to do is I want to start looking at some consulting services, right? And advisory services. What do they look like? Okay. I'm also, by the way, instead of Safari, because it's not going to let me copy the screen. It's not going to let me grab the screen, so I'm going to quit Safari. I'm going to use Chrome because I have a screen capture plugin in my, screen capture extension on Chrome. Okay, so let's start with, I'll start with McKinsey. So what does McKinsey, how does McKinsey show up? That's probably the organizational health is, okay. And then also, by the way, what we should do is, let's keep this tab open here. I'm gonna just keep this open here on the side, so we can constantly refer back to it. Yeah, okay, and let's grab this, bring it back. Okay, and then now we're gonna judge the competition. Okay. So we've got McKinsey. Now, one of the things that I notice is that, you know, above the fold, and again, you know, there's different elements to this, but for the sake of, at this very moment, I'm gonna use the website to do some basic, very vanilla comparisons around some UI, UX, communication elements as well. So we'll keep our eyes and ears open for that. So organization health, still key to long-term performance. Okay. So right out of the gate, I think one thing that you could notice is, and I have a little bit of intuition about this, is that, you know, you have your, you know, consulting firms and advisory firms, and they'll typically give you value up front above the fold. Whereas where we're today with data, they're saying we make marketing communication workflows better. It's that simple. That's making a claim. And the person reading this is like, okay, I don't even know what that means. And so what? And why should I believe you? So this approach is actually saying, hey, let's give you some value first. But again, let's not get caught up with one example. We should see multiple examples. So we'll open up BCG. And consulting is a little bit of a space that I'm a little bit more familiar with, and I have spent countless hours scanning some of these websites. So I am a little bit aware of what to expect on here. Okay, so we'll open up BCG. Again, the goal here is not to just do a website redesign. We want to look at it holistically from a business, brand, marketing, sales, lead generation, thought leadership. We're going to look at all those different elements across when we do this. Okay, and even here in BCG's example, above the fold, right away, they're giving value. What leaders are saying about cost and growth in 2024. Again, not trying to hammer you with, this is what we do, but they're thinking, you know, an executive is going to show up on our website. Let's give that person some value. Okay, so let's keep going though. We'll open up Deloitte. We'll also open up PwC. Let's just see a whole bunch of them. And then we'll open up EY. Then we can also look at, wait, did I already? Yeah, Accenture as well. So there's a whole bunch of them that we can look at. Again, by the way, this is not direct competition. But since data is, from a strategic perspective, trying to move into that space, what can we learn from that industry, of how the people in that industry, in that space show up. Of course, we're going to start looking at direct competition as well, because that's going to give us a much higher resolution, but we're going to start broad first, and that's kind of what I like to do. I like to look at that broad category first before I go deep. Okay. And then Accenture here. All right. Boom. Yeah, so now we've got here, this is basically McKinsey. Again, giving value up front and even right at the bottom, you know, this banner that sits above the fold. It's, you know, again, all points of interest in creating value, knowing that executives are going to be coming to their website. I know that website is not the only thing we're going to be touching, but just keep that in mind. And then same with BCG, giving value at the top without talking about this is what we do. Look at us, right? So, okay, I consent to cookies. We're going to be consenting to a lot of cookies across this live. Okay. And then decline optional cookies. I've got, yes, decline. Thank you. And let's go to the home page. This is not the home page. Okay. Create the bigger picture together to make an impact that matters. We design solutions to, okay, not my favorite, but fair enough. The future role. But then also, by the way, even though they've done this and they're talking about themselves at the top of the fold, above the fold, there is still some thought leadership value sitting above the fold with the hero image. That is not as bad as just the just talking about yourself. Okay. Holy shit. This is like a construction zone over here on PwC. Cookies, the choice is yours. Would you use cookies? Okay, save my cookie. Oh god, I don't want any of these cookies. I accept save my cookies and choices and close. Boom. Okay, so what is PwC saying? What they're doing is interesting. PwC, again, there's a survey at the top for CEOs. And then again, there's all this really great content. And I know that a whole bunch of executives do venture out onto these company sites to find thought leadership that they can take back to their organizations, especially when they're doing presentations. They like quoting like, oh, by the way, you know, in that McKinsey survey, or, you know, in that PwC survey. So I know that they use them quite a bit. And also, I think it's just a great strategy to give value up front instead of just talking about yourself. Okay, let's take a look at what EY is trying to do. Again, I'm doing a surface level scan at this point. I am going to go deeper. But I always like to start very high level and broad first. Okay. EY.ai, a unifying platform. Okay. I always wonder, like, so what? Like, that's always something that I come back to. Constantly asking myself, okay, so what? So what? So what? How does this matter? Why is this relevant? Okay. Back here. Okay, cool. Okay, this is still pretty good because, you know, oh, by the way, another thing, the way my browser is set up, you're gonna see a lot more above the fold. Actually, a browser should be about that. That's probably a more responsible proportion that we should look at and focus on. Okay. But again, you're basically, there's content peeking out from the bottom, and which is also, okay, what is that content? EY corporate responsibility report, stories of belonging, leaders in retail. Okay, that's pretty decent. I would say, again, leading more with value up front versus talking about yourself. So this is, I would say, some of the broad categories. And okay, oh, one more left, Accenture. And then at some point, what I would want to do is just screen grab all of these. Could probably do them time do I have here? 36 minutes to my steak being ready. Let's keep going. Okay. And okay. Okay. Yeah, so now, even with Accenture, what are they saying? Let's see. Reinvent what your business could be. Let there be change. Okay. Research report. Again, yeah, I would say, you know, I'm still okay with this kind of approach. This kind of makes sense, is that you still have something. You're giving, again, value upfront, above the fold. And again, when we're looking at web design and thinking about the context of who's showing up to these sites, and I know from personal experience in consulting space, a lot of consultants, advisors, even non-consulting firms, businesses, they often like to quote and refer to studies, surveys, research reports that companies like Accenture, EY put out. Yeah. Okay, so that's sort of the broad category. Now, here's another thing. What I like to do is just to kind of speed up some of that research. So now what we've done is, if I jump back in here for a quick hot second, is what we've done now is, and then let's just take a different color here, is, if I go back here, is in the competitive landscape, right? We've looked at the broad category. And we've looked at the industry. Again, I'm just trying to keep it super simple here, not trying to overcomplicate process for anybody here. Yeah. And then what I would want to do is look at direct competition now. Like, who would want to use somebody else instead of data, right? So let's take a deep dive into that. And in order to do that, what I would want to do is, what I'm going to do is actually, this is a little bit of a hack. I'm going to use ChatGPT. I do pay for it, so why not use it? Have some fun. Okay. And by the way, I love this music. I gotta save this. Play it from the start. Okay. So it didn't even open. Okay, hold on. As I fix my login here for a second. Let's fix it. Login to ChatGPT. We're gonna expedite some quick research on the topic. Okay. Login details. Great. Thanks. God. Okay. So where did it go? There we go. Yeah, I don't want to put my login details on blast over the internet, so that's where you're gonna have to look at my beautiful face for a hot second. Okay, I think I'm in. Okay, cool. So now if I jump back into that screen here, is... Okay, so what I want to do is, let's actually start with something super basic. And this is how you can use ChatGPT to help you do some research. This is how I kind of do it. And again, we're just doing everything live. Nothing is prepared or planned. So here we go. So I'll start with, you are a marketing expert with extensive knowledge, extensive experience doing research on brand, business, competitive landscape, and and okay, and customers. Okay, let's keep it again super simple. Not gonna keeping in mind the kind of people that might be watching this. Just keep it as simple as possible. Okay, sure. Okay, fix my English. Thanks, Grammarly. Okay, and so first I'm telling ChatGPT what role it's gonna play. Okay, that's the first step. And once I've given it sort of that instruction of okay, what hat to put on, now I'm gonna tell it okay. Now, now as a first step, build a competitive, oh, I'll say build a direct competition list to data, that's the name of the company, Data Communications Management Corp, oh, CRP, based in Canada. Okay. Again, you can play this a whole bunch of 10 million ways. I'm just doing this live and trying to keep it super simple and okay, so okay, great. So what ChatGPT is doing now, it's spitting out a whole bunch of options here. It's saying, okay, to build a direct competition list for data communications management, a company based in Canada that specializes in business communication solutions. They were actually originally a printing company, but now they're getting more into digital transformation and then, you know, asset management. And so really being, from a marketing and advertising standpoint, being that one-stop shop. But let's see what else ChatGPT has recommended to us. Here's an approach to, okay, sorry. DCM provides a wide range of services. We already know, we have a sense of the services because if I go back here to our Figma board, we already know that these are the kind of services that they're into. So if we look at, you know, solution portfolio, marketing, campaign, omni-channel workflow, workflow management, and order fulfillment. And then everything, I think Assemble sits at the heart of it, digital asset management. And then they've got Omni-channel. I don't know why all of these are spelled in this weird way, but cool, whatever. Campaign, collateral allocation and distribution. And then personalized video is PRSNL. I guess it plays well to the acronym DCM, which actually means Data Communications Management. And actually the company was called Just Data. But I think that might have been confusing for people. Maybe that's why they changed it to DCM. But it's kind of ironic that they're moving into the space where they're getting more data focused and digital, and they shortened the name to DCM. But again, we'll explore some of these challenges and opportunities a little bit later. But just, again, I'm just sort of shooting the shit with you guys here of what my impressions are as we do this. Okay. Next step here is, yeah, jumping back into what do we have from ChatGPT? We have, okay. Industry, okay, sorry, we're, provides a wide range of services, which I already showed you, which is a screenshot from one of their internal presentations that the CEO was sharing. And so I already had that as a reference point. And now, because a lot of times ChatGPT can be off, so you want to make sure that you have multiple data points of truth, data truth. But okay. Industry and service focus, look for companies that document management. Yeah, of course, buddy. Geographical preference, based in, okay, sure. Target market, yeah, large corp, okay, sure. Service range. So basically just, you know, ChatGPT just gave me a bit of a vanilla response, but it's saying that what companies are potential that I could look at. So one is Ryko. Ryko Canada offers a wide range of document management solutions, printing services, and digital transformation services. Okay, Ryko Canada Inc. Let's check them out. What is Ryko Canada Inc.? Okay. What do we got here? Digital business services and printing solutions. Okay, so this is getting into now direct competition and what that competitive landscape looks like. So Ryko is imagine change. What's their slogan? Interesting. Buyers Lab 2024 Pace Setter Award winner. Get the full details. Again, there's some value being given up front. Turn information into advantage from minutes to seconds. Automation, a team enabler. Okay, sure, cool. Healthcare, education. Again, very similar to the industries that Data is trying to service. They also have a host. Actually, you know what? I should open up the Data website here as well, just to constantly. datacm.com. Okay, apart from Ryko, who else is there? St. Joseph I actually applied for a job here, by the way. St. Joseph Communications. St. Joseph Communications. I applied for a job and they said, buzz off, buddy. We don't need your talent over here. Go take that good vibe somewhere else. Okay. Okay. St. Joseph Communication. I think they're retail content. I think this is definitely not direct competition because strategic print. Reach your customers through unique tactile print. Okay, this looks more closer to an advertising agency than what Data is trying to do, but let's not judge on first appearances. Okay. Multi-platform connect strategy, content, creative, data, and media to inform, blah, blah, blah. In short, we turn your audience. Okay. Who else doesn't do that, by the way? Advertising, branded, custom content. So I guess from top to bottom, based on some of the overlaps, I don't... The last one is probably the only one that seems sort of relevant, but... Okay, let's see it. Deliver tangible, actionable content into the hands of your audience. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is exactly the same, but okay, we'll keep it around because, you know, Data, I know for a fact that they might be doing this, but I also know that they do a whole bunch of other stuff, which is not necessarily covered here. But okay, let's look at what else did ChatGPT recommend to us in terms of Transcontinental Inc. Okay, let's check them out. Transcontinental Inc. We make products for you. Okay. This seems a little bit closer to what Data might do, because I do remember going when I was working at their offices in Brampton at Torbrand office. You know, the front of the building was just like this corporate office kind of thing, but in the back was a massive warehouse printing facility, and this is literally what it looked like. Even the cabins here, like, sorry, not the cabins, but the cubicles. This could literally be Data. By the way, from these photographs that I'm looking at, packaging system. Okay, I guess they're more hardcore printing. I don't know if they're showing flyer distribution, in-store marketing, printing. Yeah, I don't think they're doing all of that integrated stuff that Data's trying to do. I don't see any of that here at first glance. In-store marketing. What do they mean by in-store marketing? Banning or rebranding. Okay, there's some minor overlaps, but I wouldn't say like you're going head to head. I think Data is playing a slightly different game. But okay, let's keep looking. The printing house. Okay. Printing house. TPH, custom business printing and design. Okay. And by the way, they could also have like a corporate site, which Maybe I should look a little bit deeper on their site to see if they have a corporate. Okay, deny. Cookies, deny them, of course, 100%. Always deny all kinds of cookies. Don't help the algorithm. Never help the algorithm. Never give cookies. Never take cookies, sorry. Free cookie. Okay, come on, refresh. Shop industry. Again, this TPH seems just purely print play. It doesn't seem to have all that other stuff, but maybe there's a corporate account services. Let's take a look. Show us some magic here. Open. Also, this doesn't seem like it's B2B focus. Feels like it's more B2C, but I could be wrong here. How to market a law firm in 2023. By having a standee? What? What digital marketing? Sometimes I wonder, you know, somebody somewhere sat there and said, oh, you know what, you should also start writing content. And at best, this seems like ChatGPT spit it out. And it's like I could literally change the words. Okay, no worries. Let's not try to shit on TPH here. I think they're probably doing something right. And close this crap. Okay. What else did ChatGPT recommend? I'm probably gonna look at the last example and then okay. Related services. Okay. Yeah, some of these direct, like one way to look at it is that anybody that does printing at that scale could be a potential competitor. But let's look at what's that example they were saying. Okay. Genevio and Zero. Okay, sure. Let's take a look. So, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but here we go. The largest envelope manufacturer in the United. Okay, how is that helpful? Great. Okay. Manufacturing capabilities, envelope products. Our company. What? Wait a second. Political mailing. Wow, okay, this is interesting. They specifically focus on direct marketing and just envelopes. Okay. The guy who owns this probably is driving a Bentley. Lives somewhere in the Hamptons. Direct mail. Okay, cool. I don't think that this is competition at all, but let's see the last example. Xerox Canada. Okay, let's take a look at that too. I don't think those are competitors, but Xerox Canada. Okay, continue to in Canada English. Decline all. I think this footage is of Miami, even though I'm on Xerox Canada. But okay. So what do they have? Hold on. So they've got solution and service, print and supplies, home office. Okay, this is basically vanilla. Okay, so Xerox might be offering some of these, like for example, Content Hub, Content Management, Workflow Central. What does that look like? Did I look behind the scenes here? What gets in the way of work? Okay. Oh, this looks interesting. This is probably the closest that we've come so far in finding some sort of a competition. Um, this is where, if you talk to the actual stakeholders, because if this was an actual project and I wasn't just doing some spec work, I could know like in 2 minutes. But again, we're just building a hypothesis based on the information available. But okay, hold on. This also has a download brochure. If this asks for an email and name, that'll be annoying. Oh, it didn't. Thank God. Okay. So what is it saying? Desktop app. Let's take a look here. Okay, continue as Paul. Okay. I'll quickly switch here for a second. Yeah, so I'm basically in the middle of almost wrapping up some of this research that we're doing. So we've looked at the broad categories. We've also looked at direct competition. Actually, we are in the middle of looking at direct competition. And okay, what I want to do is, wait, what? Okay, I don't want to see that right now. Let's just go 2-page view. Things here. Yeah, so I'm going to switch to 2-page. Page navigation. I want 2-page view. And then I want scrolling. Perfect. Okay. So this is probably the closest in terms of this solution architecture that I've found that somebody else is doing. I'm sure there are other companies that might be also doing this, but this is the only one that is this well laid out. But let's take a look. So this is Xerox. Unstoppable productivity wherever work happens. Stay productive and protected. So this is getting into like document management, all that stuff. But here, what does it say here? Flexible work is here to stay. Shouldn't workflows as be flexible as you need. Do more wherever work happens. Okay. Track views, restrict and track expiration, screen capture. Okay, cool. So this could probably work. Again, I don't know at what level and fidelity this is looking at, and this is getting into like marketing campaigns, because that's the area that data is trying to play in. And maybe not necessarily seeing that here, but it is saying workflow automation tools, data management, document management, access files, no files, blah, blah, blah. Who's seen the file, Not necessarily I would call this like a marketing advertising play here, or targeted at that audience, but let's keep looking beneath the hood here. Okay. Campaign management, solution and services. Okay, featured software. Print management, workplace solution. What is workplace solutions? Okay, this is giving some of that digital asset management part that data also offers. But let's keep looking. What else do they have? Solutions, they have insights, robotic process, IT services, production, print solutions, business development, print, graphic design. So data also kind of does this, by the way. Print production workflow software, global document services. Okay, again, serving those different industries, sure, okay. It doesn't necessarily, it doesn't look like they're doing the same thing. But I do want to see this thing here called, what the hell is insights? What do they mean? Cybersecurity, ISC business school study. Floor core. Okay. Not necessarily the same thing. And this, I think this St. Joseph, I don't think they're into like the level of printing that retail and content strategy, by the way. Okay. Pretty vanilla. Okay. And by the way, how long are we into the stream? We are at the 51-minute mark. Okay, not bad. There's no cutoff point. The only thing that I have to be cognizant of is my stake timer, which is at 19 minutes. Okay. All right, so we've looked at some of the consulting space, just sort of in that category, how advisors and consultants show up. And then we've looked at some direct competition. I think, what the hell does HubSpot do here? Let's take a look at HubSpot. Because there's a lot of like this, marketing campaign, omni-channel workflow, campaign collateral allocation and distribution. Okay, hold on. Should go back to Data's website. Where did it go? I had it open right there. And our solution. Okay, let's just read a little bit about some of these just to kind of get a better sense. Okay, so the marketing strategy and creative services, let's just start there. That's probably the most vanilla one. Okay, we get it. You also do marketing strategy and creative services, supporting your brand and engaging your customers from inception to execution. Now, I know this because they acquired this firm called Perennial, and that's where they probably got these capabilities. And that's being overseen by Sharad Varma. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. Sharad Varma is how an Indian person would say it. Sharad Varma. And yeah, let's read some of this. Okay, supporting your brand, engaging your customer to play a video here, but brand strategy, customer experience, and design. Hate to say this, but not seeing that on their own site, but okay. We launched a new private label for a national pharmacy retailer. Okay, let's take a look. What is in that success story? Our client purchased a network of pharmacies encompassing over 800 disparate SKUs, and we built a strong new brand to cohesively tell their story. But they're also, I think they probably have like NDA, so they can't really share the names of the actual thing, the business that they worked on. But Canadian healthcare pioneer, our client had developed pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, buying a large number of pharmacies. The company acquired over 800 new SKUs ranging from health and beauty products, and turned to us to create strategy and bring it to life. Okay, what did we do? We started with key insights. Research told us that our target customers place great trust in their doctors and pharmacists, so we created a name and visual identity to reinforce the trust. I wish I could see it. I'm sure it looks pretty awesome, but only if I could see it. Okay, no problem. Let's go back into, so I get it. So one aspect of what they do is, in fact, if I pull this up and I say DCM acquires, Perennial. I forgot the spelling of it, but let's just put that in there. Yeah, here it is. This is how they basically started, by acquiring this company. Data communication. So this is I'll just read the first paragraph here. Data Communications Corp has entered into an agreement to privately held Perennial group of companies, a $12 million term loan from Crown Capital. And then the Pringle Group generated approximately $7 million in revenues for the fiscal year, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, they also acquired the Finish Line. So Perennial and the Finish Line was acquired. I remember this. I was there at the time, by Michael Sifton. And let's see if there's any notes on, according to the CEO at the time, why they acquired what they acquired. Let's take a look at that, see if that makes any sense. I mean, one of the paragraphs is saying, you know, our customers are dealing with a fundamental shift in their business as their customers are becoming more knowledgeable, and enhancing the customer experience is becoming critical to their own competitive success, said President of DCM, Greg. Perennial's insights will enable us to play a much more strategic role in helping them get closer to their customers, whether it be offline or online, in-store or remote, tactile or digital, he added. Okay, and there's a $7 million. Oh, that's the, sorry, wait. 12 million was the purchase price. Okay. Yeah, and then there's a whole bunch of information that we don't need to worry about right now. I just wanted to speak to this one tab here on their website, what that implies, what that means, where it's coming from. Okay, and then let's look at workflow management. What do they have here? Workflow management. What if you could achieve more in fewer steps? Discover the power of DCM Flex. Storefront. Okay. Let's look at the next one, digital asset management. What do they have in there? Assemble, digital asset management. Support your digital assets. I think I should be able to play this. Hold on. I wonder if I play this, will it work? Let's see. Hear the audio.
The average employee spends 35% of their time searching for digital files and assets.
Okay, hold on. Let's pause the music for a quick hot second. Let's watch this video. I'm really curious what this solution is, because it actually, based on this visual that they're using internally in their internal documents, in their internal presentations, Assemble somehow sits at the heart of everything. So let's take a look at what it is. Yeah. And if you can't hear the audio,
the average employee spends 35% of their time searching for digital files and assets. And misplaced and incorrect assets mean loss of version control, compromised security, and lower compliance. A brand with a consistent image is typically valued more than 20% higher than an inconsistent brand. Digital asset management is a solution, but it could just add to your tech stack if you don't have the right support for it. Assemble is a powerful asset management solution that lets you upload, centralize, and share all your critical digital files.
Okay, that is odd. We gotta check something here. Channels, Bluetooth level. Okay, what the hell? Think there's something wrong with this Bluetooth connection. I'm only hearing audio in the right channel.
Over the course of 40 years, we've managed millions of digital assets for our clients, and we've supported complex marketing workflows across a range of verticals. So we don't just deploy Assemble, we configure it, set it up, and fully support it, all according to your business rules and user needs. Adopting new technology means new processes and challenges. We get it. That's why we dedicate our implementation specialists to getting you over the bumps with minimal risk and disruption and the fastest possible rollout, ensuring maximum adoption and benefit. Documents, photos, videos, audio, artwork, brand assets, social posts. Pretty much anything your teams need to access quickly is metadata searchable and shareable on Assemble. Need to connect to other technologies your teams or clients use? Assemble's open API.
Wait a second. Let me see if I listen to another YouTube video very quickly to make sure that it's not the Bluetooth connection, and maybe it's the video that I was playing. Let's just play this quickly. I just want to check if my audio is okay.
Coke Studio Bharat, Season 2. Subscribe now.
Okay, I think there's something wrong with my audio then. Sound settings. Output volume. Yeah, that looks okay. There's no left and right here on this at all, actually. Yeah. Okay, I guess this is a issue I can solve offline and close this, jump back into that video.
Lets you integrate and simplify the complexity of your marketing workflows. Asset management solutions are proven to deliver ROI of between 8-to-1 and 14-to-1. Get the support needed for your digital transformation from a proven partner that is there for you. Thinking of implementing an enterprise-wide asset management solution? Reach out to me directly, Karen Redfern. My team and I are here to help.
Cool. Okay, so I guess we tackle that. Definitely some issue with the Bluetooth, which I'll fix after. But to be honest, I didn't understand much of how the tool would be helpful, because is it like Dropbox? What is it? I think, but that's okay. I think maybe the whole point of that video was just to do a quick teaser. Probably would want to do it differently. Okay, so support your digital assets while we support you. More files, more channels, more complexity, a greater risk of error. Full DAM functionality with fully managed support, all delivering meaningful benefits to. So where I'm getting at actually here is, here's an opportunity that, let's say there is a CMO, or there is a VP of marketing, or there's somebody who has, you know, this new role or has a mandate, and they have to pick some sort of technology, and they got to, you know, they have some sort of a budget, and they're working with procurement, blah, blah, whatever that looks like based on the size and scale. And they're trying to look for solutions. How would they even get here? And how would they even know that this is the right solution? Yeah, I think that's something that we should definitely answer, because a whole lot of the stuff is just, okay, if you thought you're about digital asset management, DAM, basically that's the short form. DAM, Daniel. Okay, functionality with fully managed support, derive efficiency, reduce workflows, improve contact experts. Upload and preserve, share and distribute. Is this just Dropbox? Okay, conversation with David Lipsey. Here firsthand in our conversation with father of digital asset management. Okay, how long is this? Holy shit, 25 minutes. We're not gonna watch that right now. but I'll definitely take some time to watch it offline. Okay. What else do we have? Okay, our solutions. So we got damn ROI calculator. Okay, so what are they saying? Okay, so yeah, so I mean, let's say if you're using like, and a lot of companies, they're using Microsoft, and so all their files are stored on the cloud. Is that what they're also aiming at here? Let's just take a look here. Use the search creation to decide what to calculate. Okay. So let's say you have 100 employees. Number of hours each employee sort. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're trying to look for assets. You don't know where they are. How much time you're wasting. So let's say we're just ballparking here, 50 hours. And hourly cost per employee. Okay. Let's say 35. Wait. Oh, 35. I like this. This is a fun tool. Probably want to make it a little bit more. I probably want to tweak it, but okay, here. Your costs without assemble. Estimated time spent managing digital assets per year. Estimated cost of managing digital assets in a year. Yeah. Okay. Christian, how much time does your team spend creating and recreating assets that can't be found? Okay. Distribution. How much time does your team spend getting feedback and editing assets? Oh, wait a second. I know another company that does something similar. I just remembered. Okay, I see it. I hear what you're trying to solve here with assemble. Uh-huh. I wonder why it's sort of hiding behind all of this stuff. This should be sitting front and center on this page, because what we're trying to try and do is be problem aware and versus solution aware. And this page currently is more solution focused and solution aware versus problem aware. And so if you're thinking about the executive that has to make a decision, if they're snooping around trying to look for answers, are they finding those answers by looking at this or not? Yeah, okay. And then personalized video. What's this new thing that they're trying to do? Okay, their production, difficult to execute, onboarding, product, education, billing. Okay, different ways that video. Okay, okay. Aha. By the way, I wish I had a tool that would let me zoom into this, but most of this data stats that they've got, and this is what I was talking about earlier on the stream, they're quoting McKinsey and Salesforce here, and that's basically why companies like McKinsey and all that, they always start with the value first, because you can literally see this, and this is what I was talking about on the live up front. Okay, so that is great. Let's keep going. Uh-huh. And I don't need that tab at all. Uh-huh. Have here. Okay. I have 15 minutes on my steak timer. Okay. Yeah, I think I need mental note, I need to find an integration in the Chrome browser or on my desktop that allows me to zoom into certain areas so that when I'm on the stream, I can highlight those areas. Okay, mental note. What have we done so far? So today, let's just quickly do a quick recap of what we've achieved. And actually, in fact, I'm going to have this sit at the middle too. Right. Where are my grids and guides? That's surprising that it's gone from here. No problem. Okay. Go to Instagram here for a second. Ecamm, because typically Ecamm lets me, that's what I'm using right now, Ecamm, to, do this, but it automatically brings out these grids and guides, but it's not showing up right now. Okay, no worries. TMI, I'm gonna jump a little bit ahead here. Okay, so where are we at? In terms of just having, again, a lot of these exercises they require more time, in-depth work. But again, I'm trying to cover some very broad topics here. But so if we focus here very quickly, we've looked at, here's my pencil here. If I go here, pointer. So we ended up doing, this on the last stream. Today we just touched the surface of competitive landscape. We first looked at the broad category. Again, we didn't do a deep dive into any of that. That would be the goal. And then we also looked at some very direct competition. This is also sort of not very comprehensive at this point. That's okay. And then also what I would want to see is within competitive landscape. Okay, yeah. So one is the broad category itself, then direct competition. And then I also like to sometimes look at some ancillary partners and channels, right? And why I like to do that is because let's say, you're doing a home renovation, right? So when you're doing that, you're not just looking at furniture. You're looking at maybe interior design websites. You're also looking at paint. You're also looking at electrical fittings. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that if you step into the shoes of your customer and you think about their shopping journey versus their buying journey, what you want to do is say, and let's say, they've just been appointed VP of marketing or CMO, and they're looking for solutions to organize the mess that is at their company. Then what all would they be searching for? Who all would they be talking to? So if I'm doing that and I'm stepping into their shoes, I'm going to be like, okay, where all could they be going? What all could they be looking for? And then finally, how could we use some of that intel and knowledge to turn that into some sort of a opportunity? So again, I think for today, we've gone 1 hour and my steak is near complete. I gotta hop off this thing and jump into my steak here, which is cooking over in the back in that kitchen. Okay, so covered a lot of great ground for episode 3. I'll be back with episode 4, where we'll go further, do a deep dive into the competitive landscape. We'll also look at some benchmarking, and we'll also look at some cross-category stuff to draw some inspiration for phase 1. Anyways, for today, enjoy your family day, enjoy the day off, and I am going to call it a night.